All right, now we're going to use data to create a contingency table in Python using the Crosstab method, and we're going to use that to calculate relative probabilities. So we have the head and tail of a data set shown below here, and above that there's the contingency table lines of code that you'd have to run, and you can see is Pandas, and you create a data frame and use this Crosstab method of Pandas. So let's go ahead. Below the head and tail here we have the legend for the data frame. So as you can see, education level, S means some high school. So education, if somebody has an S, that means they went to some high school. H means a high school diploma. So H means the highest level of education is a high school diploma. B means the highest level of education is a bachelor degree. D means it's a doctoral degree. All right, so let's see. Download the data set using this download CSV link. So we'll download, you see it just went down there, downloaded. Create the contingency table for the variable gender and education with the given data using Python. Scanning the data for me there. Put your counts in the table below. All right, so we're going to go and we're going to use Python with the given data. So I'm going to open up Google Colab then. Here's Google Colab. The data has been downloaded, and I'm going to find it by clicking this. Well, first, in order to get there, if it's not open, you click on this file tab button here. When you click the file button, this jumps out, and then you can click this page with the up arrow and select where your file is. It was just downloaded today, so this is the file I just downloaded. So I'm going to select that file, contingency crosstab.csv. With that crosstab, I'm going to need to know its name, so I'm going to click those three vertical dots and copy the path. I'm going to need to know the path to that file. And now I'm going to start typing code. I'll add a code window here, a code cell. So here's my code cell, and the code that we were going to type there, well, that code was up here. Here it is. That code is import the Pandas API. Oops. As PD. That's what we usually do. Pandas, P-A-N-D-A-S, as PD as an alias. That way, when I create a data frame, I'll call it DF, and I want to call Pandas instead of typing out Pandas, I just type PD, and then one of the methods of Pandas is read underscore CSV. That's a very important one because that's the one we use to read in our CSV files. CSV files are relatively easy to create. And then inside of the parentheses for the read underscore CSV method, I'm going to put a quotation mark, and here's where I'm going to paste the file path that I earlier copied, the path to contingency crosstab.csv. So that's the second line of code. The third line of code is used to create the crosstab. So it's going to use Pandas crosstab method. So AX is going to be equal to PD dot crosstab, and then crosstab takes three parameters, actually, the two variables, and this last parameter I'm going to set margins equal to true. So the two variables are in the data frame df, and then I open a parenthesis, oops, not a parenthesis, a square bracket actually. So I open a square bracket, and in a single quote I'm going to put the first variable that they wanted me to put in this thing. And they said the first variable they wanted was create a contingency table using gender and education. So I'm going to use gender and education as variable 1 and variable 2. So in here I'm going to put gender in a single quote. Then I'm going to arrow over, put my comma, and then df again inside of the data frame with a square bracket and a single quote. I'm going to put the other one, which was education. So gender and education, then I'm going to arrow over again, put another comma, and the last parameter was margins equal true. So I put the three parameters in parentheses separated by commas in the crosstab method. And then all I have to do now is use print to print this out. So print, and what I want to print out is that AX crosstab. So these 4 lines of code, when you run them, it gives you this crosstab. And this crosstab pertains to this data here. So basically from gender, of those 114 were female, F, and 110 were male. So you can see gender, F and M are male and or female and male respectively. And then you have B, D, H, M, S, which if you remember the legend said S was some high school, so they didn't finish high school. H was high school, B is bachelor degree, M is master's degree, and D is doctorate degree. So we can actually fill out this table with this crosstab. So let's go ahead and do it. Let's see. So let's fill out the females and males who have B, which would be bachelor degree. So B is bachelor degree. So I'm going to fill out this bachelor degree column. We'll do the bachelor degrees, and the bachelor degree we have B, 43 females with bachelors, 43 females, and 33 males with bachelors, for a total of 76 people with bachelor degrees. Then let me see, we can do D, which was doctoral degrees, doctorates. So doctorate degrees have 21 females, and let's see, 5 males, only 5 males, for a total of 26 people with doctorate degrees. And then let me see, what's next? We have H, which is a high school diploma. So from high school diploma, I have 15 females who the highest level of achievement was a high school diploma, and 36 males who that was their highest level of achievement, for a total of 51 people. And let's see what else we have here. We also have M, which is master's degree, and we have 28 females with master's degrees and 25 males with master's degrees, for a total of 53 total people with master's degrees. And lastly, for the people who didn't finish high school, I have 7 females and 11 males, for a total of 18 people without high school diplomas. Now, we can find the total number of females here. Is the sum of this row here, which is going to be 114, as it says, all females, 114. And the sum of all males is 110. And if you add up the total females, the total males, and everybody on every level of education, they both, the row and column total, the grand total is 224. So this grand total is both the total of females and males, and also what you would get if you add up everybody from every education level. It's the grand total, 224 people total. All right, now we're going to use this table to answer some questions. The first question is, find the probability that a subject selected at random from the sample has a bachelor degree. Well, that is the probability of being one of these 76 people out of the total 224 people. So I take the margin here for bachelor degree, which is the total number of people with bachelor degree, and I divide it by the grand total. That's going to give me 76 divided by 224, which is 0.3393. So this is 0.3393 when you round it to 4 decimal places. The next question, find the probability that a subject selected randomly from your sample is a male with a bachelor's degree. Well, if I look at the row that has all the males and the intersection of that row with the column that has bachelor degree, there's 33 people in that row and column intersection. Those 33 people are both male and have bachelor degrees. So that's those 33 out of 224. 33 over 224 is 0.1473. So this is 0.1473. Find the probability that a female subject selected randomly from your sample has a bachelor degree. Well, this is actually a probability given information. So I'm not actually taking this out of the total 224 people because I already know that this subject is a female. So if I only look at the females, I'm looking at the females specifically who have bachelor degrees. So find the probability that a female subject selected randomly from your sample has a bachelor degree. Well, first I have to look at all the female subjects, which are 114. And out of those 114 who are female, 43 of them have bachelor degrees. So the probability of selecting a bachelor degree, somebody with a bachelor degree from the females is 43 out of 114. That would be the probability that someone has a bachelor degree given that that person is a female. That's what we just found. So the probability that somebody has a bachelor degree given that they are a female is 43 out of 114. And that's equal to 37 or 38% roughly, 0.3772. All right, so what we found here is we found three different kinds of probabilities. We found the marginal probability, which is the probability of only one thing, the probability of the bachelor degree, and that's found in the margin because it's the sum of both females and males who have bachelor degrees. We found the second thing is a joint probability, the probability of being both male and having a bachelor degree at the same time, and those were these 33 people here. And the last one was a conditional probability. It's the probability of having a bachelor degree given that we already know that that person is female.